you're not lazy. You're just tired of trying hard and getting nowhere. Or maybe you're someone with big dreams, wild ideas, and plans that could change your life. But somehow you always end up watching YouTube videos about being productive instead of actually being productive. Look, if that sounds like you, this video might be the most important one you'll watch this year. Because what if I told you that being lazy isn't your problem? And that you don't need to stop being lazy to be successful? Here's the truth. This video is not about fixing you. You don't need fixing. You need strategy. You're ambitious, and that's 90% of the game. The rest is learning how to make laziness work for you, not against you. By the end of this video, you're going to have a full system that lets you stay in your comfort zone while still chasing massive goals. Let's get into it. Let's start with this. There are two types of lazy. The first kind is destructive. It's when you want nothing, do nothing, and feel nothing. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the smart lazy, the one who daydreams about building a business, going viral, quitting that soul-sucking job, or getting rich. But every time you try to start, you feel overwhelmed, overplanned, and underinspired. You open a Notion template and close it 2 minutes later. You write a to-do list and then scroll Instagram for 3 hours. You say, "I'll start tomorrow," and 6 months pass. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Ambitious laziness is actually common because most ambitious people are perfectionists. You want everything to be just right. And if it's not perfect, your brain says, "Why bother?" Here's where the problem shows up. Ambition gives you goals that are big and exciting, but laziness makes you allergic to long, complicated, slow processes. That creates a mental traffic jam. And it's why you never seem to start, or you start and burn out quickly. So how do you get out of this trap? Let's break it down. The first mindset shift you need is this. Your laziness is a survival tool. Yes, you heard that right. Laziness is your brain's way of protecting your energy. It wants the biggest return for the least effort. And that's not stupid. That's efficient. Your brain is not sabotaging you. It's optimizing. Example. Think about how Jeff Bezos built Amazon. He didn't build a bookstore. He built a system. He didn't work harder. He just figured out how to scale his laziness. He removed as many decisions and actions as possible. You don't need more hustle. You need better systems. Here's a simple rule I call the lazy ambition framework. It has 4 steps. Step 1, make the goals stupidly small. You want to build an online business? Cool. Your first step is not create a website or build a product. Your first step is open a Google Doc and write 3 bad ideas. That's it. If you make your starting point so small it feels silly, you will start. And once you start, motivation kicks in. Starting is always the hardest part. Stop trying to be great. Try to be done. Step 2, make failure impossible. Most lazy, ambitious people fear failure because they care too much. So trick your brain. Don't say, "I'll write for an hour every day." Say, "I'll write 1 sentence." And if you only write 1, cool. You won. You beat resistance. You built the habit. This is called lowering the activation energy, a term from physics. And it works for behavior too. Want to go to the gym? Just put your shoes on and stand outside. That's the win. Step 3, automate and eliminate. Your brain hates decision fatigue. The more decisions you make, the less likely you are to act. So remove them. Use tools like FocusMate to create accountability. Use Notion or Trello to dump all ideas in one place. Use calendar blocking to plan your week in 10-minute chunks. Also, eliminate the unnecessary. You don't need a fancy logo. You don't need to read 5 books before you start. You don't need the perfect time. That's your brain tricking you again. Step 4, use laziness as leverage. This is the fun part. If you're lazy, you're probably great at finding shortcuts, hacks, and ways to get more done with less work. That's your superpower. Example, if you hate writing, use voice notes and turn them into blog posts. If you hate editing videos, use AI tools to do the cuts for you. Hate meetings? Don't take them. Build a system that fits your energy, not your ego. You can build a whole career without grinding. Now let's talk about the real challenge. Guilt. The reason a lot of ambitious, lazy people feel stuck is not because they don't work hard. It's because they feel bad about not working hard. This guilt creates anxiety. Anxiety leads to procrastination. Procrastination creates more guilt. And round you go. The way out? Radical self-acceptance. You don't owe the world a 12-hour workday. You don't need to prove your worth through hustle. You can move slow, chill, and still build something meaningful. Take the story of Ali Abdaal, a doctor turned YouTuber. He doesn't work more than 3 to 4 focused hours a day. Yet he built a 7-figure business, not by grinding, but by designing systems, creating content he enjoys, and leaning into his natural energy flow. You can do the same. Let's explore a common trap that lazy, ambitious people fall into: over-planning. Ever spent hours making the perfect to-do list, color-coded with deadlines and goals, only to ignore it the next day? That's your brain chasing the feeling of progress without actually doing anything. Planning is safe. Action is risky. So your brain chooses the illusion. The fix? Set one must-do per day. Just one. Not 3. Not 10. 1. And when you finish it, stop. Reward yourself. Let your brain associate progress with pleasure, not punishment. Also, stop multitasking. Lazy brains hate context switching. Do one thing at a time. And use timers like the Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes focus, 5 minutes break. You'll be shocked at how productive your laziness can be when it has a boundary. Now here's the climax. The part most people never realized. Your laziness is the best filter for success. Hear me out. When you're lazy, you have to find the path of least resistance. That means you're forced to do only what matters most. You can't waste time on fluff, because you won't do it. So you learn to say no. You learn to build better systems. You delegate, automate, simplify. You become a ruthless prioritizer. And that's exactly how successful people operate. Example: Tim Ferriss, author of The 4-Hour Workweek, built his empire on this principle. He asked, "What would this look like if it were easy?" That question changed everything. Ask yourself that every day. Let's wrap this up with one last story. There's a guy named Thomas Frank, a popular YouTuber. He admitted in an interview that he's incredibly lazy. He hates waking up early. He hates strict routines. But he also said this: "I don't try to fight my laziness, I build around it." He batches his work. He works in creative sprints. He uses templates. He automates publishing. He doesn't try to change himself. He builds a machine that supports the way he naturally operates. That's the move. You don't need to force discipline. You need to design flow. So here's the takeaway. If you're ambitious but lazy, you are not broken. You are not doomed. You are not weak. You're just wired differently. You're someone who needs less pressure and more play, less grind and more flow, less guilt and more strategy. Use small steps. Kill the guilt. Design your day around energy, not effort. And build systems that do the work for you. Because ambition is your rocket fuel. Laziness is your GPS. And when you learn to use both together, you stop starting over and finally start moving forward. Watch the next video to learn how to stop procrastinating, even when you don't feel like doing anything.